dear students. So in this learning of automata theory, now we are going to consider some university question paper solutions. Okay, so we'll start with the May 2018 solution. Now we'll take the first question and we'll go ahead. Okay, that is, first question A is, design a DFA to accept the decimal numbers which are divisible by 4. This question was asked for 5 marks. Okay. Now, let us start with the solution of this question. As we all know, the decimal number means it will have the input symbols, which is indicated by sigma, will be from 0 till 9. Okay? And whenever we divide anything by 4, so what is the remainder that we get? So remainder will be either 0, 1, 2 or 3. Okay? So this will give us the states. So if we do mod 4 to any number, what remainder are we getting? 0, 1, 2, 3. So these are nothing but the different states that we get for this particular DFA. Okay? Now, we all know that we will be having this 4 states and the numbers are going to be from 0 to 9. So input we have found and we have also found what are the states are going to be. So when we are going to accept the number, whenever they are divisible by 5, so whenever any number is divisible by 5, what is the remainder? So that time remainder is Q0. Okay, so that will be Q0, which is nothing but the remainder will be 0, that time it is Q0. That's why Q0 is a state where we are going to accept this decimal number. Okay, now let us start with the designing this DFA. So before solving this DFA, let us see if I have any number from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So if I find out mod 4 of all these numbers, so what I get over here is mod 4 of 0, that is 0 mod 4 will give me 4. 1 mod 4 will give me 1. Similarly, 4 mod 4 will give me 0. 5 mod 4, 1. So like that, this will be the values. Now if you see, this 3 numbers are giving me mod 0 as answer. Okay, that means all these 3 numbers 0, 4 and 8 are acting same. Okay, now let us come to the drawing the table of this DFA. So when we draw the table, we have to follow the transition function. What is the transition function that we follow for DFA? Which is nothing but delta Q cross sigma gives Q, where this Q cross sigma indicates the input side and this Q indicates the output side. Okay, so input side I have to provide what are the states and what is the input symbol. So input side I will be giving Q cross sigma. Q is nothing but values in the column, sigma is nothing but values in the rows. So I will write down all the Q. So different states are Q0 to Q3. I will write down all of them. Okay. Now different input symbols are nothing but 0 to 9. But instead of writing 9 symbols differently, I can club them together into their types. So the 3 symbols which are giving me common answer as mod value 0, that is 0, 4 and 8. All these 3 numbers I can write together. Similarly, next numbers which is giving me mod 1. So mod 1 is given by 1, 5 and 9. So all these 3 numbers are of same type. The one which are giving me mod 2 is 2 and 6. And mod 3 is given by 3 and 7. So I will club this together. 3 and 7 over here. Okay. Now, here we want to start with this designing this table. Whenever we are at state Q0, that means we have remainder 0 with us. Okay, already the remainder value is 0. On top of that, if I get number 0, 4 and 8, so the number becomes 0, 0, 0, 4 or 0, 8. So any of the 3 numbers, if I divide by 4, what is the remainder that I will get? Of course, 0. That means it goes to state Q0. So Q0 पे अगर 0, 4 और 8 ये तीनों में से कोई भी वैल्यू आएगा तो उसका रिमाइंडर क्या रहेगा 0 and that's why it will go to state Q0. What I'm supposed to write inside this is nothing but my output. और output क्या होना चाहिए? Anything from Q. What is inside your Q? So inside the Q we have the set of states and inside Q we have Q0 to Q3. So here in this table, this particular portion, we will have only the output. That is all the numbers from Q0 to Q3. Okay, next. If I am at state Q0 and I am getting any number from 1, 5 and 9, so the number becomes 0, 1, 0, 5, 0, 9. If any of the three numbers is divided by 4, so the remainder remains is 1. Similarly, if I say 2 mod 4, I'll get remainder 2. 3 mod 4, remainder 3. Easy? Okay, now we'll go ahead with the next state. Next state is Q1. When we are initially at state Q1, what does it indicate? When we are at Q1, it indicates that we have remainder 1 from earlier operation. If we have remainder 1 from earlier operation, what we'll do in this case? We will have 1 with us. And now on top of that, if we get 0, 4 or 8, the number becomes 0, 4 or 8 on top of 1. So that will be Q1, that is on 1 I am getting 0, 4 or 8. So numbers will be 10, 14 and 18. Now if I divide any of this number by 4, see what is the remainder. So the remainder is 2 and that's why I will write it down as a Q2. Next, on Q1 if I get 1, 5, 9, that means on 1 if I get 1, 5 and 9, so the number becomes this. If I just try dividing 19 by 4 and I will see what is the remainder, okay. So the remainder is 3, okay. 4 4s are 16 and 17, 18, 19. So remainder is 3, that is Q3. The next is Q1 on 2 and 6, that is 12 and 16. If I divide this by 4, the remainder is 0. And if I divide Q1 on 3, 7 will be 13 and 17. So 13 and 17 divided by 4 will get remainder as 1. Okay, now let's go to the next stage, that is Q2. When we are at Q2, the earlier transaction has left remainder 2 with us. Okay, on this 2, if I get 0, 4 and 8, so number becomes 20, 24, 28. So if I find out mod 20 mod 4, so I will get remainder 0, that means it is Q0. Similarly, 21, 25, 29. Any of this number, if I find out mod 4, I'll get remainder 1. 22 mod 4, remainder 2. 23 mod 4, remainder 3. Next is Q3. Q3, if we are there, of course, we will have the remainder 3 with us. So on 3, if I get 0, 4 or 8, the number becomes 30, 34 or 38. Okay. So in this case, if I want to find out the remainder, so remainder is 30 mod 4, okay, 4 7s are 28 and the remainder is 2, okay. Next, Q3 on 159, that is 31, 35, 39. If I see any number mod 4, I will get remainder as 3. Next, 32 mod 4 is 0 remainder, okay, and 33 mod 4 is 1 remainder. With this we have completed our table. Okay. Now whenever we make this table, we call this table as transition table. We should always show the initial state and the final state of this table. What will be the initial state? When we are doing any division operation, initially we don't have any remainder with us. That means the remainder is Q0 by default. So we will always say the Q0 is the initial state in this case. Okay. And next is what is the final state? Final state at which we are going to accept this number. So कौन से स्टेट पे जाके रुकेगा तभी हम लोग इस DFA को एक्सेप्ट करेंगे. So वो एक्सेप्ट करने वाला divisible by 4 is the condition. कौन सा स्टेट बताएगा कि ये डिविजिबल बाय 4 है. अगर मेरा रिमाइंडर 0 आया तो ही मेरा डिविजिबल बाय 4 है. That means if I am stopping at Q0, then only it is divisible by 4. So Q0 should be my final state, and that's why I'll show Q0 as a final state with this asterisk mark. Now we are done with the transition table. Okay. For 5 marks question, if you are doing either transition table or transition diagram, transition state diagram, any one of the both is sufficient. But here, if you have done transition table, it is sufficient. Then what else we need to write for 5 marks is the tuple definition. So I'll tell you what is the tuple definition for DFA. DFA, the machine M is given as Q, sigma, delta, Q0 and F. Okay, where Q indicates finite set of states. So we have the different states as Q0, Q1, Q2 and Q3. Sigma indicates finite set of input symbols. So what are the input symbols? 0 to 9, which are given in the question, that is decimal number. So we will write all the decimal numbers as an input symbol. Delta is nothing but a transition function. So it is fixed for each machine. Okay. Now we are writing the solution for DFA machine. So for DFA, the transition function is given as Q cross sigma gives Q. If you remember, looking at this transition function only, we have derived this transition table. Q cross sigma gives Q. Okay. Next is Q0. Q0 is the initial state. Now this is a in general word which you are indicating for initial state, but coincidentally we are also using the same word over here. So for us, initial state is one which is indicated by arrow. Now Q0 is indicated by arrow, so we will say in our case initial state is Q0 only. And the next tuple is F, capital F. Okay, this F indicates set of final states. You can have one final state or more than one final states. Okay, so here the final state is indicated by asterisk mark. Though we have one only over here, we will write down Q0 as a final state. But writing this will be wrong because finals, capital F indicates set of final states. That means we should be writing this in a set, even though it is one or more than one. Okay, let's continue. This is the next question from same May 2018. That is question 1B. Again, this is asked for 5 marks. This is very simple type of question. We just need to practice some more questions on this and we'll get confidence. Okay, it's very easy, but you need to write some few lines to explain this particular process. If you simply write the final answer, then of course you will not get marks for it. Okay, the 5 marks are not just for the final answer, they are there for the steps. So you should be writing the steps properly and explaining the logic, how you come to the solution of this particular answer. Okay, so now we'll start with the solving this question. Okay, here. Very first, we'll try to understand the question. That is, write a regular expression for a raised to n, b raised to m, c raised to k, where n plus m is odd and k is even. Okay? When n plus m is odd, that says a followed by b should be in odd numbers. Together a and b length should be odd number. And k is even means c should be in even numbers. It may be 0, it may be multiples, 2, 4, 6, 8 like that. Okay. Now we will, any type of question, we will first start with identifying the different languages or the different strings, okay, which can come in this language. So we'll write down the language acceptable by this particular regular expression. We'll have some strings. Now we will take any combination. If I consider n as 1 and m as 2, okay, so 1 plus 2 is odd, yes. So I can say 1 time A, 2 time B. Together it is odd, yes. C can be even, so I will say C is 2 times. Next, if I say A is coming double, B is coming single, and C is coming 4 times. So this A and B is odd, C is an even number. Next, if I say A is 4 times, B is 1 time. Okay, again I can say it is odd numbers, yes, and C can be even number. I can keep it blank also because even number means empty string for C. I mean nothing for C is also a even number. 0 occurrences of C is also a even number. Here 2 occurrences of C, 4 occurrences of C. If I say 0 occurrence of C, that is also an even number. So this string should also be accepted. Like that, we will have so many combinations of string in this particular language. Okay. Now, looking at this language, we get an idea that how the string should look like and what are the different things I need to consider. So, looking at this, it's very easy to identify that if you just look at A and B properly. Okay, A and B. All of them are odd in numbers. The string should be A followed by B followed by C. Yes. Now, here when A is odd, B is even. When A is even, B is odd. When A is even, B is odd. So one of them has to be even and one of them has to be odd. So we can write down, we have identified some trick over here. So we can write down one line saying that here if A is even, then B is odd. And if A is odd, then B is what? Even. Okay? Now, this is the one trick which we have identified. And next about C. What is about C? The C is always even. Okay? Now let us try to identify the regular expression for the whole. We need to identify for the whole. But instead of identifying for the whole, let us identify them in parts. So this can be the first part, this can be the second part, and this can be the third part. Okay? I'll try. For the first part, so I'll say R1 is a regular expression for even A and odd B. Even A followed by odd B. Because it is not just A and B, it is A followed by B. Followed by odd B. Okay? I will identify the regular expression for this. Now, what is the regular expression? It can be even number of A. First of all, even number of A. So, even number can be 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, so on. So, if I say 2, 0 means epsilon. 2 number of A means 2 number of A. If I want 4 number of A, I can simply keep it in a closure. This way we are making it is a closure. When I keep it in a closure, this closure can repeat 0 or n number of times. This closure is repeating 0 or n number of times. If this closure repeats, this closure can repeat 0 to n number of times. If this closure repeats for 0 number of time, what is the string that I will get? Just ignore this epsilon, consider on this, focus on this. If I have A bracket closure, if this entire bracket is run for 0 times, मतलब ये run ही नहीं हुआ, तो क्या string मिलेगा? Epsilon. अगर ये पूरा bracket 1 time run हुआ, तो क्या string मिलेगा? 1 AE. अगर ये bracket 2 time run हुआ, what is the string I am getting? 4 times A. Like that, I will have all even number of A's. So only this thing is sufficient to give me even number of A's. I hope you understood what is closure and how do we use it. Now, this regular expression I have identified for even number of A. After A, that is followed by A, I want odd number of B's. How we will get odd number of B's? Very difficult. But there is one easy trick. Odd number of B's means what? Odd numbers means 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 5, 7 and 9. Can I say it is like, what do we have for even numbers? 0, 2, 4, 6, 8 and so on. So, plus 1, plus 1, plus 1, plus 1, plus 1. 0 plus 1, 1. 2 plus 1, 3. 4 plus 1, 5. 6 plus 1, 7. 8 plus 1, 9. So, even number of string plus 1 symbol will always give me an odd number of string. So, I can write that for B, I will first of all write even number of B. How will I write even number of B? Double B in bracket closure, right? And then followed by plus 1. Plus 1 means one occurrence of B, strictly one occurrence of B. That will be adding one B at the end. So now this string is like AA enclosure, BB enclosure followed by B. It will always give me AA, BB, B, odd number of sequence, okay, and AA, only B if I am taking this 0 times, okay. So it will always give me the string of this particular type, even number of A followed by odd number of B. Next we will try to find out the next part. If A is odd, then B is even. That is regular expression for odd number of A followed by even number of B. Yeah, odd number of A means even number of A followed by single A is odd number of A. And what is even number of B? Double B in a closure, which will give me even number of B. So now this regular expression is done, R1, R2. Let's go to the third one. What is the third one? R3. That is even number of C. Even number of C is double C in a closure, which will always give me even number of C. It can be even epsilon, that is blank string, or it can be 2 number of C, 4 number of C, 6 number of C, and so on. So we have found all the 3 regular expressions which can come for this particular type. Now we just need to club them all together and find out the last regular expression. So thus the final regular expression is given as R is equal to R1, either this or this, because it is never going to be the same. Either it will be one case or it will be 2 case. So R1 or R2, any one of this followed by R3. Okay. So if I want to write down the final regular expression, it will be like, I am writing for R1, that is A star, B star followed by B. This is R1. Okay. Or, how do I write or? That is using this plus sign. So this entire thing is in one bracket. The next one will be in the second bracket. That is the second regular expression, which is A star followed by A and B star. This entire thing is in plus, that is these both are getting odd. Okay. After R1 and R2, we are going to write R3. What is R3? R3 is CC star. That is CC closure. This entire final regular expression is given by this R. Okay. So I hope you understood that how to get regular expression for this type of odd even number of A's and B's and any combination whatever they give. But we need to derive with some type of steps just to show a logic, how we got this logic and how we come to the final answer. Hope you understand. Okay, we'll see the next question.